name is Amy and welcome to my channel, a place where I combine both my passion for running and for music. In today's video, I am so excited to be joined by my friend Ron. Ron is a fantastic oboe player, musician, and puts out fantastic oboe material on his YouTube channel called oboeron. I will have the link to his channel in the description below, so don't forget to check out his videos and subscribe to his channel. Ron and I are doing a two-part video series on self-care for musicians, sharing both of our strategies of how we cope with the pressures of being performing musicians, and what helps us mentally and physically. In this first video, we will cover exercising and eating well. Ron, we've known each other for 6 years, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Crazy how fast time goes by. When we first met at Orchestra La Francophonie back in 2014, I really hadn't been into running. Were you into running, Ron?
Yeah, that summer I was working towards my first 10-kilometer run. That summer we were performing Dvorak's 7th Symphony, and I would run around Parc La Fontaine and listen to that whole symphony, and I remember getting to the end of the symphony, I was like, I still have to run more. And it was like, I think that as you get better at running, or as you increase your distance with running, you, each new step is a big milestone, kind of. And reaching that 10K was really amazing to do that summer.
Totally. I still remember my first 10K, and it was just, you felt so powerful and strong after it. It's only been the past few years that I've really started to take care of my body by exercising more and being aware of what I ate. And it has made such a positive impact on my mental and physical health. I used to be in so much physical pain from playing the violin, as in school or in orchestras, violins really never stopped playing. The pain became almost debilitating. However, when I made a more conscious effort to exercise and do strength training, my muscles grew stronger, and now I barely have any pain when I play the violin. Compared to 2014, when Ron and I first met, I am in way better physical shape. I also feel way more equipped to deal with the stress of playing violin and the intense schedule that usually accompanies being a performing musician. When I was in my undergrad and master's, I'd often skip meals or just not exercise, believing I had no time and I just had to practice all day long. Those were some of the most unhealthy years of my life, and I believe if I had taken better care of my body, I wouldn't have burnt out and got injured as much. For me, the main reason I exercise is to be healthy, and not due to the social pressure of looking a certain way. I love being strong and being able to run really fast. How about you, Ron?
Yeah, it was actually my undergrad oboe teacher, Beth Orson, who really encouraged me to start running. She's a huge marathoner herself, and really championed the idea that a performer has to take care of their body. So I started the Couch to 5K app in 2011, and eventually worked up to my partner and I running our first half marathon together in 2016. I really got into lifting weights in 2015. I think it really helps to be in shape to play a wind instrument, as you're using your core muscles and back muscles to support your sound. Even holding up the instrument can get tiring after a while.
Again, being more aware of what I ate has really helped me a lot. I make sure I have snacks, as I am always hungry. This has not only helped me save a lot of money, but stopped me from eating foods that I didn't really want to eat but had no other choice. One of my favorite snacks to have are energy balls. They're not only small and portable, they're delicious and filling. So I'm going to show you how I make my energy balls. We start with 1 cup of rolled oats. This is not the quick oats, but just the old-fashioned rolled oats. Then 2/3 cup of shredded unsweetened coconut flakes, 1/2 cup of ground flaxseed, and 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. I love adding chia seeds as they have a strong anti-inflammatory properties. This is good for runners or people who exercise, as a lot of training and running can cause inflammation in the body. It's also high in iron and in omega-3, which I'm always needing more of. Now I have 1/3 cup of honey, and 1/2 cup of peanut butter. I'm using natural peanut butter. You can also use almond butter too. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. And lastly, some chocolate chips. I have 1/4 cup here. Then we just mix it up until it's all combined. Then we stick it in the fridge for around 30 minutes so it helps everything stick together. What I find easiest is wetting my hands before I roll my energy ball mixture, as then it doesn't stick too much to my hands, and it also helps bind it together. So I'm going to grab a tablespoon of the mixture and then just roll it. If you find that it doesn't stick together, you can also add maybe a little more honey or peanut butter. What's great about these energy balls is that you can keep them in the fridge for around 2 weeks, or you can put them in the freezer. That way, you always have snacks ready available. And I love my snacks. What is one of your favorite snacks to have, Ron?
Well, I've been so bad with snacks lately. I've been obsessed with the Trader Joe's peanut butter filled pretzels. They are so good. But usually my go-to snacks are just some like nuts. And another one that I really like to have is halva, which is a sesame-based Middle Eastern dessert. I mostly prefer to eat larger meals and snack less. And a general rule of thumb is the kitchen is closed after 8 p.m. or so. Although I really like the phrase everything in moderation, including moderation. And every once in a while, you can treat yourself and have like a little quarter pint of ice cream in bed if you like.
Totally, I love ice cream.
Yes, so good.
As Ron is a vegan, he has slightly different protein needs than I do, especially if he's exercising more. Ron, what's your favorite go-to protein meal?
Well, I'm obsessed with Oshi Glows. I downloaded her app when I first became vegan in 2016, and over the first year of being vegan, I actually made every single recipe in that app. They're so easy to make and generally very, very nutritious. For high protein stuff, an easy go-to is a tofu scramble, which is just super easy. You can start with something as basic as throwing in some onions, garlic, bell peppers, and then just scramble the tofu in there, add some turmeric, salt, nutritional yeast, and you're well on your way to making a delicious tofu scramble.
Yum, I had no idea she had an app. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Though I'm not vegan or a vegetarian, I don't eat meat with every meal. My current favorite go-to plant-based meal is also from Angela Liddon, but from her second cookbook, Oshi Glows Every Day. I've mentioned this cookbook before in my video about meal planning, so feel free to check that video as well. Her sweet potato, chickpea, spinach curry is very flavorful, filling, and delicious. This is a great meal as it hits all the right areas like vegetables, protein, and carbs. It's perfect for me during marathon training or just in general as it keeps me fuller for longer and helps me eat enough calories to maintain the high mileage and exercising that I'm doing. Ron, what's your typical exercise schedule?
Yeah, so it's changed a little bit, obviously due to COVID-19 and the gyms being closed. Before COVID, I was mostly going to the gym and lifting weights 4 to 5 times a week and doing spin classes and running. Now I just run every other day. I do some like home YouTube workouts that don't require too much equipment, but I'm also going on long walks and hikes almost every day, usually with my husband.
Nice, my husband and I also like to go for walks too. My current exercise schedule is running 6 days a week and doing strength training at least 3 days a week. While I know the schedule doesn't work for everybody, I strongly believe in taking at least one day off to help your body rest and recover. I also prefer to run in the morning before I practice as it wakes me up physically and mentally. My running schedule can get quite intense during the year, and that can be sometimes hard to balance with a performing and teaching schedule. However, the benefits are well worth me juggling my schedule around or doing some early morning runs. Running gives me the time to move my body, think, or not think at all. I wanted to share with you a few other benefits of running and exercising. It can cause growth of new blood vessels which nourish the brain. It can also produce new brain cells in a process called neurogenesis. This can lead to an overall improvement in your brain function and help prevent cognitive decline. The volume of the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain associated with learning and memory, can also increase in people who exercise more. Other mental benefits are improved focus, better task switching ability, all things that are really helpful for musicians. Exercise also increases endorphins in your bloodstream, which can often reduce your perception of pain and create short-term effects like calm and reduced stress. Before I practice, I like to do some warm-up activations, very similar to what I do before I run. Violin is a very physically demanding instrument and I want to continue to be injury-free. I've also been doing yoga before I foam roll and go to bed. It helps to settle my mind and get rid of any tension that's built up over the day. Do you do any yoga, Ron?
To be honest, I used to hate yoga.
I often do yoga with Adriene videos, but if you have any suggestions for people to follow, please tell me in the comments section below. What ways do you find helpful taking care of yourself physically and mentally? Please feel free to share them with everybody in the comments section. Thanks for joining us in part 1 of this 2-part video series in self-care for musicians. Don't forget to check out part 2 that's coming out tomorrow on Ron's channel, oboeron. The easiest way for you not to miss out on that video is to subscribe to his channel. I will also have a link to the video and his channel in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to tap that thumbs up button. As well, click the subscribe and the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video.